Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, sweet girl. I was just bouncing out for a little bit.
I know. It's so funny because I made that, and so I'm pretty used to it. But anytime we're on with the team from DQ, all the ladies, Teresa, Yvetta, and Nancy, they're doing this, and I'm just sitting in the corner cracking up every single time. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah,
Hanging in there. It's getting a little bit cooler, so I'm not
ask you.
not putting up too much of a stink today.
Oh, good. It's been really nice in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Today is probably the 70s, and like the next week, high 60s, little 70s. That's like perfect, right?
I still haven't turned my air conditioning off, so.
God.
So our friends are joining us already. We have Kim Saucy. Good morning, Jessie in Australia.
Hey, Jessie.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello,
and
everyone.
Then CC Recreates and Designs.
Kathy.
And we have Be Crafty with Jody. Hello, Carol. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. My name is Teri Lightsey, and we are glad to once again have Kelly from Keli-Kat Krafts back with us. So this is exciting.
So I appreciate you having me back.
I know. I'm like, hey, I think it's been too long. We need to get you back on here.
So here.
Yeah. So just a little bit of housekeeping. As usual, at the end of Creative Hour, we will do a drawing for a goodie bag full of Decoupage Queen rice papers. All you have to do is make sure you're following Decoupage Queen, following Keli-Kat Krafts, and then also share and like the video today. Also, most of you who watch Keli-Kat are probably used to watching her in portrait mode. Today, if you can please turn your device to landscape, that will give you a fuller picture of her, okay? Also, I try not to interrupt her so as she's talking. So if you look right here, hi, Anne. We put your name up on the screen, and that's just our little way of saying hello to you. So, hi, Miss Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Stan, thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Rennie. Followage. I like that. So, if you're ready, I'll turn the screen over to you and let you get started.
I am ready. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, everybody. How is it going today? Guys, I hope you're not sick of me doing these frames. I am stuck on these. I can't help it. Hey, Jan. Hey, everybody. Welcome in with me. I appreciate you joining us. So it is so much fun to do old thrifted frames and make them into something beautiful with rice paper. So the page that I've picked today is this beautiful fall print. Isn't that so gorgeous with those colors?
Gotta love those colors and sunflowers.
I love it. Elegant Sunflowers with Chandelier by Decoupage Queen. So pretty. So I actually had several different times. I picked out different pieces of rice paper. I pick out my thrifty frames. I have like a stack of them. And then decide, what do I want to do? So I finally settled on this. And I did a little prep work ahead of time just to save us some painting time. So this is the frame. Isn't that gorgeous? So,
I love that. Look at all of that detail.
That texture on there. Yeah, so happy. So I kept the bottom just so you could see.
So you can show the little bottom part.
Right?
I love it.
That this was actually a thrifted frame. The color of it was kind of like, if you see that like bronzy gold in there.
Yeah.
So then I prime it, of course, and now I'm going to paint that little section, but I wanted you to see ahead of time. So I just kind of pick out some colors from that rice paper that I think might be a good combination for our frame. I think this is going to be amazing. So we are going to just start by finishing the little portion down here with this beautiful like foresty green paint. But I thought I should do a little ahead of time just so that you're not just watching me paint for half an hour. So I don't know.
It's always uncomfortable, isn't it? Because you feel like, oh my gosh. just watching paint is just horrible. But when I don't like it, but when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right. Like I got to try to hurry up. And, sometimes I'm not sure how it's going to take, if I'm going to need extra coats. So then you're really, messing around with more time. So I thought I'll just leave a little section so you can see what it was. Not that, you wouldn't believe it, but I love thrifting for frames. And even if you can't find something that's super ornate, adding some detail on there with, some kind of rhinestone or some kind of resin mold or clay mold, and then doing kind of your deal like this with paint and getting in maybe the texture of the clay pieces, dry brushing, waxing, just to me is so much fun. And you can take something so drab and, sitting at a thrift store on a shelf, and my God, they make beautiful gifts.
Yep.
If you go to the store and try to buy, framed photos, they're not cheap.
Oh, not even close.
Right? Sometimes I'm like, are you kidding me?
I do the same thing. I'm like, huh?
No way. No way. Not when you can buy them so affordable at a thrift store, Little dry, guys. And then I have done some foils on the corners. That can sometimes be a little time consuming too, but I wanted to put some gold on there. So you've probably seen me do some foils a few times, and that also can really change the look of your frame. So I did some gold foils in the corner. I'm really liking like the metal colors this fall. The bronze.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, are you seeing a lot of that too?
I love it.
The golds, the brass, the copper. So I thought even a mixture of some of them on here would work because they're all kind of going on in that paper. So the inside little edge I just painted with like an antique copper, because we definitely have that going on in there. And rice paper, guys, you know how much I love it. How many times a week do I use it? Pretty much every day, because it's so versatile. If you need something for the holidays and you can go out to Decoupage Queen and punch in fall or Christmas, or somebody collects and loves Paris themed items, birds, vintage. There is so much that you will have a hard time narrowing down what you want to get. At least I find that all the time.
Oh yes, right. Someone's even saying it's so hard to choose once you get on there, and yep, it sure is. So hello everyone coming in. Hello Rima and Robin and Ari. Hello Lynn. How are you all? Hello Miss Wanda.
Hi Lynn. Hey Wanda. Thank you guys for joining. We'll just give this a last little dry, and then we're going to set this aside and go ahead and decoupage our rice paper onto the glass.
Aw, thanks, Judy. So Margaret says, I have taken to borrowing frames from my walls. Right? I love that.
I know I have a enormous tote of frames in storage that I'm like, why even go buy any? I'm probably sitting on like at least a couple dozen, that I can take out of my totes and redo. So you can do the reverse decoupage on your glass if you want to, where you put your rice paper down face first onto your clear glass, face down, I should say, and then put your white paint on the back of this to keep your rice paper popping. I've done that definitely sometimes. Hey, Rennie. But in this case, I don't mind it being right on the front of the glass. So I did prime this and put a neutral chalk paint on here, and we're going to decoupage right over the top. So whatever you use for your medium.
Oh, there goes the doggies.
Uh-oh, is it Amazon?
No, we've had UPS and we've had FedEx, so I'm pretty sure soon, soon.
Right.
It's it's always when I'm live.
Of
Well,
course.
hello.
Of course it is.
Hello, Kirsten. How are you? Hello, Teresa and Laura.
Hey, everybody.
Hello,
Hey,
Jerry.
Laura. Hi, Jerry. Okay, so a good layer of this. When I do frames, I usually don't water cut them because oftentimes I'm going to lose a little anyway on the sides that I have to file off a little bit. So I'm good with that. You still get a lot of the pretties. So
is it Tisa?
Paper.
Is it Tisa Keli-Kat? Tisa?
Yep,
she says, hello, sweet lady.
Well, hey, Tisa girl, how are you? What is everybody doing today? Anything exciting? Working outside? Nice weather? Sometimes I have to go back and put a little bit more, but I like to seal it right away with that same medium that I use to put down my rice paper.
So Margaret says, I have mostly only used napkins and ripping and wrinkles are still my weakness.
Right. So I started off my little decoupage journey with napkins too. I had never used rice paper. I had never put down a napkin on anything, guys. And I think probably it was a good way to learn because then when I got to rice paper, I'm like, this is
easy
amazing.
peasy. Right? You're like, this is cake.
So easy. It was. And oftentimes I will put half of it down or put it down where you want it, pull up a half, put down your varnish and glue, then do the other half. If you do it like I just did it and you make a mistake and want to pick it up, you can definitely do that with rice paper. It's still fragile, but with a napkin, that would never go.
So we have Nina here from Egypt, which is amazing. And then Juanita says hello from Newfoundland, Canada.
Hey, Juanita.
Oh, amazing. Thank you all for being here with us today.
I love it.
Oh, awesome. Carol says she's finally getting back to some crafts. That's amazing, Carol. Good for you.
She's been such a busy lady.
Becky, how can you follow Decoupage Queen? So you can go over to the Decoupage Queen page on Facebook and just hit the follow button. I can go ahead and put a link in for you right here. There you go.
Just want to dry this enough that I can sand off those edges.
Hello, Lynn. So Lynn Perkins says, I thrifted this morning and I'm going to craft with my Catherine, 9-year-old granddaughter.
Aww,
that's
I love
awesome.
That. Of course, I stuffed the paper down. There we go.
You're not late, Liz. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Liz. Nice to see you. We'll get the noisy stuff out of the way.
You're good.
Looks like I'm fairly crooked on here, but it's going to be okay.
So Ellen says South Africa in the house. Woo!
Oh, welcome. Love it.
So cool.
That is. Isn't that crazy?
It's always amazing to see, friends all over the world. It's just an amazing thing.
I love that. This is very satisfying, guys. I don't know how you feel about it. The sound might be annoying, but when you just get that nice crispy edge, I love it.
Thank you very much, Juanita.
Almost done.
You're good. Thank you, Becky.
So I have just a couple little bumps. I'm just going to take my little Ziploc baggie and just kind of try to push those out a little bit. Just one little wrinkle. The rest looks super great. So a lot of times I'll do some sort of a crackle over my rice paper. That would be a ton of time in drying. So I think I'm going to put a gold chameleon varnish over the top, seeing we have those beautiful colors going on. And then I'll probably come back and put a few rhinestones in that chandelier because I think a little bit of sparkle would be beautiful.
Oh, yes.
But that's what we have thus far. And then, so I think what we're going to do on the inside portions that I didn't put the foil. So there's the foil in the corners, that beautiful bright gold. So on these side and middle ones, we're going to come in with some wax paste. So here's my dilemma. I have so many colors pulled. And this one, I don't know. I have this fire gold color. I've never used it.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to tell you right now, I put that color on something and we all went, oh,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just telling.
Too Christmassy with the green frame?
I mean, you are going to.
I have other ones.
It's going to pull. It's going to pull a little bit of the red, yeah. But it's an amazing color.
Let's just try it.
Oh, you wait. I'm telling you.
Oh my God. Just seeing it on white. Beautiful. So
I'm telling you.
My favorite. Oh my God.
See? I tell you no lies. I tell you no lies.
So good. So good. It's not, because I do have red also, just regular red.
Yes.
This is exactly as described. So, and you can come in with more than one color of, a wax paste, or your, if you're a rub and buff kind of person, you could use more than one color. I've been doing some of these frames pretty often the last couple weeks. I should have started a series, I think, but I have all these colors. I mean, you just go out and grab yourself some rice papers. If you haven't ever used them, you're in for a treat. That is so pretty.
So Margaret says, so pretty. Well, that's something else in my wish cart.
You guys have to have a wish list too. And I
hope yes.
Me. So when I watch people, I kind of,
it's an ongoing, isn't it?
It really is. And then just when I think I'm good, I'm like, okay, now they came out with some new stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yes.
Oh, that's so pretty. So then I think what we're going to do, let me at least hold that up for you so you can see that beautiful color. It is, what did I say? Fire gold.
Fire gold. So Cindy, she hasn't done it just yet, but she will. It is foil in the corners. I think you have one more corner you said you were going to do, or did you already do all four?
I did all four.
Oh, you did all four.
I did.
Okay, so she used foil, Cindy.
Yep.
And CC Recreates and Design says, what kind of paste is that?
This is a wax paste, actually. And if you've watched me before, you've probably seen me use it almost every day.
So yeah, so it is a Pentart. It is Pentart, and it's one of Pentart's metallic waxes.
They're addicting. I can't help it.
So Lynn Perkins says that her cart overflows all the time.
I can't help it either. It's such a nice, soft look and such a beautiful change on your frames that, and many other things, to be honest. So on the frames, I like to hit every kind of little raised area, any kind of a flat, straight across line. I get them all just so that it all kind of looks like it worked together. So where am I here? right here on the side. I do all of those. And
Yes.
I don't know why I've just been liking the corners done in the foils instead of all of it, just so I can come in with some other colors. So yeah, you can do all sorts of mixing of your
yes, Michelle, that is fine. Sharing from Keli-Kat's page is perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Teresa. The color goes good with my shirt.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You. Love that. So we're going to go over this rice paper with this beautiful varnish. It's just got the most satisfying little gold sparkle to it that is just going to be perfect over the rice paper. It's pretty liquidy, so it goes on super easy. You don't need a lot. And then I do seal my frames, even though, you know, those waxes are usually like a self-sealing. But I've heard to seal. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
Can you pull down just a little bit? Thank you.
Yes.
And also, do we have a light that is there? There, perfect.
Better?
Better. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. What do you seal your foils with, Teri?
I seal it with a gloss varnish.
Okay. I as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to seal them.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Absolutely. All the time.
Yep. Gotcha.
So Rennie says that her checkbook can't keep up with her want list.
I know. I try to tell myself, you know what? Spending a little bit of money on rice papers so that I can make gifts, you know, it's okay to do it.
Yeah. Right?
It's okay.
And that's your story and you're sticking to it.
Right. This way, you know, if you decide then to keep it for yourself, well, you've already spent the money, so it's no worries. So I don't know if you...
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. If you can see that little fine sparkle in there or not.
It's beautiful.
Quite pretty when you can.
So Helen, Keli-Kat is on with Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour this Saturday. Her view is in landscape mode. So if you turn your device landscape, you'll see a full picture of her.
You know, it's a little different, but...
Yeah, Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour will always be in landscape mode, folks.
Yeah. Okay, got that part done. So I'm hoping that we can actually do another little project. That's why I probably did so much prepping on this ahead of time. So a couple things here. I have this beautiful little embellishment that matches beautifully that butterfly.
That's gorgeous.
I can't believe it actually matched that well.
I know.
Up close, the colors are pretty spot on, so we're going to be using that.
Good morning, Miss Edie, or good afternoon, I should say.
And then here's an option. So we can either put some diamond dust in the center of those flowers, or on a few of them, we could do a few little pieces of sparkly bling.
Look at that. Look at that sparkle.
Like, right? So I would just put one, you know, in the center of the sunflower.
Oh, that, look at that.
So pretty.
Yes.
Then maybe instead of doing all of them, so it's not like too much, we do a little diamond dust.
Right. Just a little eye catch, and especially when the light hits. So Julie would like to know, what did you decoupage the paper on?
What did I put it on?
Yeah, what did you decoupage the paper on? It's the glass, right?
Yep, the glass from the frame. So you can do it the other way, which would be to reverse your decoupage. So keep your glass clear. Don't do anything to it. Face down your rice paper and adhere it with your medium that way. And then paint the back of your rice paper white or a neutral color so that you have a nice pop. And when you do that, it would be underneath the glass. And oftentimes I do that too if it's something I want protected and I'm not going to do a lot to it, I should say. But if I'm going to crackle it or I want to add some extra bling, I usually do it this way, right directly on it. So we're going to put this beautiful little bling down here, and I will, there we go. It's quite pretty if you like sparkle. Or you could just put a little bit of fine glitter in between the insides of the flowers. If you just want a little something. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of diamond dust in there. Have any of you used rice papers from Decoupage Queen? And if you haven't, is it something you'd like to try?
Mm-hmm.
I think
if you are interested, I will put in the link where you can find a Decoupage Queen retailer near you. And all you have to do is put in your zip code and it will give you a retailer near you, whether it be brick and mortar or online. So if you'd like to go into a store and touch it and look at it in person, it'll let you know if there's one near you. Otherwise, we do have a couple of amazing retailers in our comments here, and you all are more than welcome to put your links in as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So Becky says, I'm going to order some today.
Oh.
Rennie says, yes, I have several.
Good.
Oh, Judy Moody says that Keli-Kat, I finally got my ultimate box.
Oh, I'm so glad, Judy. So happy to hear that. So our little varnish there underneath our
gorgeous
will dry clear and you'll just see the sparkle. And then if there's any excess on there, when it dries really good, I just take a little clean brush and kind of get away any that you don't want. That was my little tidy tray there so that I can put the excess back in my container.
Everybody is saying that it's very pretty, gorgeous, beautiful.
So, oh, here we go. Thank you, guys. I wondered if that was going to happen with my bling.
Oh.
As I was putting it on and it was already too late. There we go. Simply reattach it, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Mary Beth says, love the flowers and lovely extras.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Hi, Mary Beth.
Margaret says, beautiful as always. Sheila says, gorgeous. Jessie says, looks absolutely stunning. Love it.
Oh, thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Carol says, beautiful, just like the person creating it.
Aw, Carol.
All right. What do you want, Carol? Or no, it's like, what did you do wrong? You know, when you're a mom, when you're.
So I will seal the frame portion, the outer portion, with a glossy sealer, just because I like that. You could do a matte, whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to put some rhinestones here in these little hangy areas of the chandelier.
So Sheree says she loves the idea that you use the glass as the base.
Oh, yeah. Because I kind of like zhuzhing it a little, you know, maybe if that's not quite your thing, you wouldn't have to do that, but it works so nice. And as long as you're sealing it, it's going to last you really well.
So everybody is using all the words: beautiful, gorgeous, oh my goodness, stunning, wow, that's stunning.
Aw, thank you, guys.
We love you too, Carol.
Yes, Carol, I love you, lady. I've really been into these frames lately and these colors. I think fall is definitely my favorite color season.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't love what follows it, right?
Oh, well, you know.
We have to have it, so
Exactly.
try to enjoy it while you can. So I'm gonna put it.
Kathy's Country Goodness says, where did you get the frame from?
I actually thrifted the frame, so oftentimes I dig. I feel like sometimes they're, you know, hidden down deep and you've got to really look and go back frequently. I seem to have fairly good luck, but I have also sometimes really wanted to do a frame and not found a really textured or ornate one. And I'll just buy a nice, solid, good structured, you know, frame that might just be wood. And you can do this same thing. Just add some things on the outside of your frame, whether that be embellishments or molds of some sort. And then you can kind of zhuzh them up yourself, however you like it, just with a little bit of paint.
So I'm a little confused, Helen. She's saying that she usually sees your camera in a different way, and she usually sees you crafting. So I'm not sure, Helen. Are you not? I don't understand. I see what she's doing. It looks gorgeous.
So this is kind of like the quick and, you know, quick and down dirty. So,
but look at how much, just a couple of things. Look at how gorgeous that turned out. I mean,
you don't need a lot.
No.
And if you didn't have the foils, you could certainly dry brush some different colors into that texture to kind of pick out what you're getting from the rice paper.
Becky would like to know, what adhesive you used for the bling?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I usually use B7000, but I've been kind of experimenting with this T8000 and it sets up a lot quicker. So I do like it for gems and, you know, even for your larger pieces of bling works really great. That with the little combo of
Teresa said, did you decide against the butterfly?
I didn't. So guys, you know, a lot of these frames I've been leaving blank because the Keli-Kat bundles might be crazy for some, right? So this one, I hadn't done it for the past couple times and I could not help myself because the colors in here, I had all of them and they were calling to me. So with a bundle on there, I don't know, I think it's beautiful. And we can put the butterfly right in the top of it.
Oh, yes.
Donna. So I'm so sorry. I know I apologize a lot for these, and I try to back away from them once in a while and just give you guys a break.
I gave you a little talking to about this before. That's your style. And people love that. So don't apologize for that, right? I mean,
well, I try to keep it interesting, you know?
Well, but it's not like you just did a bundle and said, okay, guys, now here's the bundle.
I know. And many times if I can, I will tie it on. Hi, Kimberly. Hey, Landon.
See, I mean, I'm just saying, all the bundles, they love the Keli-Kat bundles. That's what I'm putting on the screen here. Look at that. All the bundles.
Guys.
Yeah, see, Juanita says they are your signature. Don't apologize.
They are. I have a habit of doing that. A bad habit.
But I get it. Because, you know, I'm all about the crackle. Right. And I say that too. But in all honesty, it's a beautiful signature. So, yeah, don't, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate all the kind comments. Thank you, guys. I do try to.
You're not just getting a licking from me now. You're getting a licking from everyone.
And certainly, like, I love to do bottles, you know, frames, boxes, things like that. Sometimes they don't work, but they work as just a pretty piece of decor. So if I can attach it when I can take it off.
Yeah, to give them the option.
Right. So this is basically what we'll have. After I seal that frame, I will attach this right on. And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I I like to puff them out a little bit at the bottom and leave them a little bit longer. It's just a conversation piece, I think. Thank you, Wanda, hon. I appreciate that.
See, I was waiting. She made that all caps just to let you know. Like, excuse me.
Yeah. So guys, what you can do that I have been loving to do ever since I realized I can do this and it works is I'm going to take another beautiful piece of rice paper that I think goes really nice with this. That's the beauty of Decoupage Queen papers. There are so many out there that go together and they might be completely different for you versus what I would pick. So I've already cut my piece out that I want to use, but this is the Dainty and the Queen red stripes. So just nice to have pieces that can be used as backgrounds or little accent pieces. We do have that wine color in there.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a stripe and you've got some busyness of the flowers and whatever, you can definitely make this work. So we are going to put it on a candle.
Ooh.
And you have this beautiful little something that can go right with this that you just kind of zhuzhed up yourself for a couple bucks versus spending a lot on a candle.
I know.
So I water cut this and did my best to fit it around here so that there's not a whole lot on your edges. If there is, though, once it's good and dry, you can use a really rough grit sandpaper and gently get that excess off. Or you can cut it completely straight across and have that kind of look. I just like the feathered look. So get it on where you want it. You can also just use your decoupage medium and decoupage it right on like you would anything else.
Is that a real candle?
It is. So this works amazing on any wax candle. So even the LED candles that are the waxy ones, this will work on. So get yourself a piece of wax paper. It has to be wax paper. And you just want to put the waxy side down around your candle. So I cut it a little bit bigger than my candle. And I get a pretty good hold on where I want it so that my rice paper underneath there does not move around. And then you're going to use your heat tool or your hair dryer. So remember, it is wax, so it is going to get hot under there. Sometimes I use a little towel under here or a pot holder just in case you get any drips. I've not really ever had that happen. Hey, Brenda. But you're going to start putting some heat on this. And the wax from the wax paper is going to transfer onto your rice paper and help to kind of like meld that right onto your candle. So as it starts happening, I will show you closer. You'll be able to notice when it starts happening because your wax paper kind of gets a little bit of a different color. I've done this with napkins and it works a lot faster because they're so much more thin. So keep that in mind. Rice paper is a little thicker, right? But it's starting to change a little bit. It's just getting darker on those stripes. You just want to keep your heat tool. There we go. You can see that dark stripe. So it's melting right on there, that wax paper. And once you see that start to happen, you move to a different spot. So I kind of keep it moving so that you don't end up with like a huge spot of melted wax. Don't stay in one spot too long, I would say. And just keep a good hold on your wax paper and your rice paper underneath. You can kind of see that getting dark, right?
Very cool.
And the first time we did it, I'm like, let's see if this works. I want to try rice paper. And it was so beautiful in a matter of like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. And then as you're getting areas done, then you can either shut your heat off and roll your candle to a different area and move your fingers. Or just kind of, now that we've got some of it melted on there, it's pretty well put down in that area, so it's not going to move around too much.
So it appears that a few have done this with an iron.
Say that again.
It appears that some people have done this technique with an iron.
Oh, that I've never tried. But I could see that working with like your little baby iron maybe. Or a full-size iron perhaps. So bear with me. It'll be worth it in the end, guys. Hey, Teri. I mean, our heat tools get pretty stinking hot, so if you have your fingers towards the top of this, you would definitely be feeling the heat. So it's just be safe when you're doing it.
Yes, please.
Too.
So I'm going to just give you guys a couple of disclaimers. When you are using a candle, please do not use any decoupage mediums or anything like that because it is a real candle. It can be used for just, display purposes, but you don't want to burn a candle if you've used any mediums underneath the rice paper. I also will tell you, though, that Pintart does make a candle glue. And you can actually use the candle glue with the decoupage paper. It is a medium that can be burned with a real candle. So, yeah.
Yeah, often when I've done these, people ask me if I burn them. I never do.
Yeah, you just in this sense, because it is paper, you guys want to take, caution and just recognize that, you're putting flame to paper. So.
Right. And I'm assuming any kind that you would get from the store that have, things in the wax, they're specially made.
Yeah, that's like the Pintart candle glue. You can actually use that medium to put on the paper, and it will give you that protectant, and it won't burn as in, up in flame. Because, again, paper with flame, you don't want to do that. So, but yeah, this is an absolute great idea. But like Kelly's telling you, just please be mindful of your fingers.
Right? That gets so hot. And I know some of the crafters I watch use those pretty heavy duty dryers.
Oh yeah, I have. That's what I use. Yeah.
Oh my God, which they're amazing, but it would probably be too much on something like this.
Yes, absolutely.
I just take my time, and it's totally worth it. I knew this was going to be some dry time for us today, but I'm like, oh, I have to do it.
Yes, Annette, I actually have it in my hand. I can show you all what it looks like a bit later if you remind me, but it's just called candle glue.
I've seen that. Yep.
Yeah, and then if you actually use the glue to put it down, and then if you rub the outside of it when it's done with like a transparent wax, it gives you that feel of like a candle.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'll be trying that, adding it to my list.
Yeah, so you take our Pintart candle glue, you decoupage down your rice paper, and then you use our Pintart transparent wax, and you just rub that on the outside. You don't have to, but if you want to give it that candle feel, you rub that on the outside, and it gives you that same feel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the disclaimer too.
Absolutely. It just sometimes folks don't know, and especially if you're giving it as a gift, you may know, but whoever you're giving it, to may not know. So it's just something to keep in mind that you just want to say, hey, this is really pretty and all, but not meant to be burned, or if it is, it is. But if it isn't, you just want to make sure that you're letting folks know.
But it is pretty fun if you're new to rice paper and you take a peek at Decoupage Queen and just look at their rice papers. Put a few aside that maybe have, colors that are of interest to you, something that you would either do as a gift or something that you have going on in your home. And then for fun, just pick out a few that you think could be good accent pieces or something that you do on the side to go with your project, or a background where you do two different types of rice paper. It's really fun, and I think you'll be surprised. Go out of your comfort zone. If you think it looks nice and the colors are good, do it.
Absolutely.
That's what I do.
So Shauna Roberts, absolutely you can add the rice paper to battery candles. Absolutely. And they're that's perfect, because that will last you, always. And you can change those with seasons. You can have different rice papers and change, the candles out. Oh yeah.
And you don't have to worry about, burning it. And I mean, some people can't burn candles, or the scents are too strong, So those LED ones are perfect.
Hi, PK. How are you?
Hi, Pixie. All right, guys, we're almost done, so hang in there. So where it has melted on, where I was actually working, that's where it gets a little bit waxy underneath and kind of hot. So just keep your fingers down or away from wherever you're doing your blow drying. Of course, like I said, this isn't a rush through type kind of project. You can see how long it's taking. Just be careful and take your time. Definitely not something you'd want littles to help with.
Juanita said, ooh, this is a game changer.
Right? So fun. All right, we're almost there. So, now I'm warm.
I was just gonna say, man, if you weren't having hot flashes before, you sure will be now.
For sure. So I let it kind of just come to temperature a little bit before I start taking my wax paper off, just in case there's some areas there that are still a little melty. And then when you do start taking it off, just go super slow. And you can always, like right here, there's a spot where I had it folded over, so that part didn't really get melted. So I can just come back super quick. Same thing up here. And that goes pretty fast once you kind of get it going.
So Leanne Romine, sorry, Leanne. She says, I've never heard of rice paper before.
Oh, it is so beautiful. So fun to work with, and it's just the right texture. So sometimes you'll actually see some of those little threads running through the paper.
The fibers.
Yes, there you go, the fibers. If you get one when you're kind of sanding, or depending on what surface you're putting it on, just take a little tiny scissors and snip it out. I don't pull it, I snip it, just in case you ever run into that. They're so forgiving, so easy to work with. And I mean,
gorgeous.
Isn't that so pretty? You could leave it as is.
Yep.
Or if you want to put, I love thrifting and collecting old jewelry. So you could buy an old pair of earrings, a pierced earring, and poke it right into your candle as a piece of a pretty. You can use some bling wrap, which is what I think we're going to do here today.
Sheree would like to know, so you need the wax paper.
You do need the wax paper. Now that, at least for this way of doing it, I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, like somebody said with an iron maybe, or that's the only other way I've heard of. But you want the wax paper, and you want to put the waxy side down so that that wax is what kind of helps melt it onto your candle. So there's a little bit of a shiny side, and then your thick waxy side, if that makes sense. Thank you, Carol. So
yeah, you can actually feel it too. You can feel the wax.
And you might get a couple little areas where you can see just a little bit of the wax there. I don't mind it. If it bothers you, just hit it with a little bit of heat until it kind of disappears, but it won't take much at all for that to go away.
So, yeah, Jeff and Carrie Stingley, did you use wax paper only besides of the decoupage paper? So I think she's asking, there wasn't anything underneath. So it was candle, rice paper, wax paper. There was no medium or anything, guys. It was direct to the candle. The rice paper is directly on the candle.
Yep. Now, I sometimes cut my bling wrap a little bit longer, especially if you get the self-adhesive, because it's stretchy. So if you accidentally stretch it, when it kind of adheres on there, it can shrink up a little bit. So I leave an extra row and then I go cut that off. But just a little something, you can get that kind of stuff all over the place. Dollar store has thing, you know, wrap that around there. You could, like I said, put a piece of jewelry on here and you have this beautiful, you know, little arrangement.
It's gorgeous.
You could put a little, you could put a few dried sunflowers here, or, you know, floral stems with some picks for fall of your favorite colors or something. That
great, like centerpiece, or like, you know, your walkway, you know, in the foyer, like the tables, like just right in your opening. Yeah, I think it would be beautiful.
I as well. If you did 2 candles, you know, one on each side or a little smaller one, you wouldn't even have to do the rice paper on both. Have another colored one with it. I think it's so easy to get yourself some rice papers. Now, I was going to use this, and it's not fair to show you, but I want you to know they're available. So if you like stencils, this was my first option with a different piece of rice paper, and I ended up choosing this one. But Decoupage Queen has stencils. These are absolutely beautiful. I never used them before this, and I'm getting more comfortable with them. And what
I was gonna, you can do it.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Even if you use, you know, some of the smaller ones in here on your rice paper as just a little added accent, or maybe you like doing mixed media stencils, lots of them available. So I want you to know that it's not just rice papers that Decoupage Queen.
So Decoupage Queen now has 17 A4 stencils. We have rice paper, we have journaling kits, we have scrapbook paper. Yeah, we have we have an arsenal over here now. So
yes.
So
if you go in
absolutely there, gorgeous.
Thank you. If you go in and just look at rice papers, it won't happen. You're going to put more in your cart, let me tell you. That's what happens to me. So
hello, everyone. So just really quickly, Helen, correct. You cannot burn this candle, especially now because it has that bling on there. So this would just be for display purposes. That's kind of why I gave the disclaimer. The way that Kelly did it, though, without the bling on there, you would, you know, take caution if you were going to burn it, because there is paper wrapped around there. But because there isn't any mediums, you would just kind of want to test it, how it burns. But this is the candle glue by Pentart. So if you guys are interested in using another, you know, a different way, that would be a way as well to do it. So,
and I'm sorry, I did to do that and have you think, you know, you can use this as a regular candle. My apologies. I just wanted to show you thinking outside the box a little bit.
No, absolutely not. It's not just you, Keli-Kat. Anytime someone does a candle, even when we do a candle, we just kind of put it out there because people don't realize it sometimes. Yeah. And I think even more so, like, we as gift givers, we're crafters. We're like, oh my God, here's this beautiful gift. But then who you're giving it to might not realize it. So sometimes you need to go, oh, wait. That's just purdy. Like, that's purdy. Don't burn it.
It's like the towels that you don't wipe your hands on, right?
Exactly. Guys, you don't wipe your hands on the towels, right?
Yeah. It's so pretty. Come on. You see them.
Especially when they're white and they're beautiful. So you all, let me give you this. Look at that.
That's so pretty. Very different. I don't know. I just love that green and the golds, metals. Just try different things out of your comfort zone. Maybe. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And you know what? If you have questions or you're struggling with something when you're decoupaging, just message me. I am always happy to help.
So guess what we get to do now?
Goodie bag, goodie bag.
So let's do this. So we, as always, thank you all for doing all the things. We appreciate you being here and supporting and sharing. So
Yes,
let's do a little shuffle, and good luck, everyone.
Good luck, guys.
Oh my gosh, Tisa! I was gonna say, oh my gosh, I had problems saying her name at the beginning.
Congratulations,
Tisa,
girl.
congratulations. So please, right down here at the bottom, please email me, Teri, that's Teri, at decoupagequeen.com, and send me your address, and I will get you out a goodie bag full of Decoupage Queen rice papers. So congratulations, Tisa. See, it was meant to be. It was so I can learn to say your name properly.
Right. It's so exciting. I'm excited for you. And thank you guys all so much for being here with us today.
Yes, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We do this every Saturday here on Decoupage Queen. So come back next Saturday because you have another chance to win. So thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Teri.
Bye.
Bye, guys.